Poštovani gledatelji, u večerašnjoj emisiji GlazbeEgo gost je legenda klasične glazbe, Leo Brauer. Gitarist, skladatelj i dirigent, rođen 1939. godine u Havani na Kubi. Brauer je svoje prve poduke dobio od svog oca koji je amaterski svirao gitaru, a njegov prvi profesor bio je Izak Nikola, kubanski gitarist i pedagog. 1959. godine Leo Brauer dobio je stipendije za daljnje studije gitare na sveučilištu Hartford te za studij kompozicije na Juilliardu u New Yorku. Brauer je iznimno značajan za klasičnu gitaru. Kao skladatelj napisao je brojne skladbe i studije koje su nezaobilazne u školovanju gitarista, a nude dragocjena tehnička rješenja. Brauer je legenda kompozicije. Napisao je brojna djela, a fascinantna je činjenica da je napisao preko 60 kompozicija za filmsku glazbu. Preludi i fuga njegove su prve kompozicije. Kao dirigent, Brauer je nastupio uz vodeće orkestre svijeta poput Berlinske filharmonije, BBC-ev orkestar, Meksički nacionalni simfonijski orkestar i mnoge druge. Zahvaljujući uživanju neobične privilegije odobrenja da nastupa izvan Kube, predavao je i vodio festivale gitare u Martiniku i Torontu. Također redovito je posjećivao i festivale u Europi i Japanu. Brauer je 1980. godine postao kubanski predstavnik u UNESCO-oj karipskoj sekciji. Imenovan je počasnim članom što ga je svrstalo u odabranu grupu velikih umjetnika poput Herberta von Karajana, Izaka Šterna, Jehudija Menjuhina. Leo Brauer dobitnik je brojnih nagrada i najvećih priznanja, a veliku čast ukazuje i nama, dragi gledatelji emisije GlazbeEgo, u intervjuu koji slijedi. My first question for you, maestro, would be, what is music for you?
Well, music became when I was 12 years old, became a kind of dream and also a necessity as a companion. It's normal. I was orphan, and then a year later I started involved with guitar and music. Guitar was the hypnotic impulse, and then music came through radio because I didn't got money to go to concerts, and that happens. I started going seriously into everything about music.
When was the moment that you discovered music?
When I was very small, 4 or 5 years old, my mother used to be a singer in an orchestra, and she plays several instruments and so. Then she died when I was 11. Died a little bit later. But I heard her. She was singing with the piano, and she plays also the flute and the clarinet for me and she sang to me some notes and I repeat them, and then she makes some rhythm and I repeat. And this was when I was 4 or 5 years old, and I remember something like that. This is the beginning, but the piano was there. It's like a table, same. It's something from home.
And then guitar. How did you discover
the guitar? Was much later, when I was 12 or so. So I saw the guitar and I heard the guitar and I heard this magnetic, delicate, feminine sound, beautiful, and it's an instrument portable and also near the body, so it's very sensual, and everything was absolutely touching me. This is.
Did you know from the first time that you will be a guitar player?
No. I started trying to do some architectural designs and whatever, and but music was getting more space and more and more and more space. So I let aside many different things. What happened is that I consider the structure of music exactly the same as architecture, painting, even the natural design of nature. You have, it's a long story, but everything is connected.
you tell us how did you start to learn to play guitar? Who was your teacher?
Yeah. Oh, I got a teacher local. He was a very, very serious professional. But as it happens always, 55 years ago, I'm talking about, or more, it was not enough. I saw that the Renaissance paintings got the lute players with the hands in a different way. The attitude to play was not like a punishment to be like that. It was a kind of pleasure when people plays. And our 20th century was a scientific approach of the 20th century was not the best. I understand scientific approach to life, but not only that. The artistic approach and the fantasy, the magic of life have to be all the time together, otherwise it has nothing.
Then how did you decide where you will go to academy, where you will study your guitar?
Well, I am self-taught, and I couldn't got the time and money to go to any academy. So I decided to study at home by myself, and then I come, like in the university, freelance, and I pass the examinations, and perfecto. So when I was 19, I won 2 scholarships from the very famous school in New York, the Juilliard School. And then I came, and I spent 1 year, unforgettable. And then when the Yankees broke, I mean Yankees, not Americans, because Walt Whitman is American, Faulkner is American, you know, Jackson Pollock is American, Bush is a Yankee. When Yankees broke with my country, I came back to New York. And that's simple. That's simple. I did many, many beautiful things there. I did even recordings and music. Juilliard was a teacher, everything in itself. Not only the persons, which are magic, fantastic. The bibliothèque, everything there was a huge, huge teacher, immense. And this is, my future was determined not by the Juilliard, but the Juilliard just put the label, the definite field. Music was always, since I became in love with the guitar, my way to walk in the world.
For our young audience here in Croatia, can you tell us how much is important to have very good education in guitar when they start to learn instrument?
Well, the guitar school here in Croatia is fantastic, and possibly one of the best in the world. It's not, look, young people of 20 years, 19 years, 25 years old, they play, people from your country, from this area, they play marvelous. And as a performer, they don't have to look for anything else, because they play fantastic. The only thing I suggest is to hear music, all music, symphonic, chamber, string quartet, piano, everything, to see paintings, to read, which is very difficult now because audiovisual is grabbing with his hands everything, but not only audiovisuals. The guitarist must go further guitar alone is not enough. The other elements, the environment, enriches you, makes you richer, makes you better musician.
Can you tell us how important was for you when you said that you self-learn guitar? So when you came to Juilliard, what did you learn the mostly there?
My scholarships were for composing and early music. And I became very accurate, very good, let's say. I was good in early music. I transcribed Elizabethan music from the tablature. I transcribed vihuela music from the 16th century. And I learned many of these things. Of course, I heard. And the greatest teacher in probably in the States, the United States, was Juilliard's bibliothèque.
What did you learn there mostly?
Hundreds of scores, hundreds. My eyes became a camera, chick, 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 chick. And then I remember every detail of editions, of recordings and everything.
When did you feel to start to compose? When did that feeling start at you?
It's interesting, and I can tell you easily. In my epoch, the repertoire of guitar was like this. We didn't got enough, we didn't got this fantastic repertoire you have now in the last 20 years. The early music was in the bibliotheques, in the cathedrals, in the churches. Contemporary music was not enough, nobody was composing. The famous Britten piece, or Michael Tippett, or Hans van der Hense, or Bruno Maderna, the Italian, they wrote later some of these. So I decided to compose for guitar because I heard these fantastic sonatas by Beethoven. I heard this incredible quintet by Schumann. I heard a Bartók string quartets, and we don't have this in the guitar. So I decided to be Bartók, Stravinsky, Brahms, Schumann, and everyone. And this, I was everyone. And I started composing. But 2 days after starting, I realized how great these guys are, how important. And then I became self-critic, very severe with myself, and I started doing music for guitar. And people say, but your music is not guitar. No, of course not. It's wider because I play piano, double bass, violoncello, clarinet, horn, percussion. I said piano also? Yes. So these instruments helped me to expand my ideas.
When was the first time that you stand up in front of the orchestra?
Well, not in public. I started conducting when I was very young. I was 21 years old. I studied in North America, in Juilliard also, with the great Jean Morel, but I didn't conduct with public. I did recordings, film music. I did many things, films, co-production with England, with Mexico, I did 100 films.
And what was the feeling when you stand up in front of the whole orchestra for the first time?
Well, it's interesting, but they were all my friends, so this was not the real impact. Was the first time I conduct the Berlin Philharmonic, the Karajan's orchestra. So it's not my favorite. Karajan is a genius, was a genius. It was fantastic. Not my favorite. I prefer the style of Leonard Bernstein and Harnoncourt, Nicholas Harnoncourt. He is now, I don't know if he's in Vienna. I don't know. But the Berlin Philharmonic was very, very, very good orchestra. It was a dream for anyone. So I came in the Berliner Festwochen, the week for contemporary music, and I conducted. This was something, and this is unbelievable. So I was there, and 10 minutes before the rehearsal, nobody there. I was becoming nervous. 5 minutes before starting, every single musician came whoop, like this. And then one guy make beep, 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 and the other one beep, beep, beep. And they wait for me. In 2 minutes, they organize everything, silent and disciplined. I cannot forget that. So this was very important. I was so young. I was 29 or 30, more or less.
How important is for a young conductor to conduct with the really important big orchestras?
Yes, of course, but it's very difficult. And you cannot force it. I was lucky because I did many, many recordings in radio and TV and film. And that's why I practice a lot. And I have a very systematic technique because in recordings you cannot lose 1 minute. Not 1 minute, 1 second. Yes. They kill you because money is running for them. So I've learned to be very precise and everything correct. And when there is a mistake, cut, take 2, take 3, that's it.
What is your opinion as a conductor about soloists?
Aha, this is good. Well, there soloists should be aware that some of the old style of conducting, the old style like some of the great masters which are still living, they consider the soloist like an instrument. And the soloist is creating the meaning of the music. The conductor should respect interpretation of soloist. So conductor should be in contact with the soloist before they go into the stage. This is like that. But the old style, like this Rodosvensky, for example, he says, no, you follow me.
Nothing else to say.
Well, Rodosvensky is very good. Of course, he's very good. Very good. But this is not the way, so... Stop.
When you played guitar, when you had a big concerts, what was your feeling 5 minutes before the concert?
Well, at the beginning, I got the feeling of responsibility. But after many concerts, I discovered that to play well, you must be very happy. And you must be crazy to go there. I want to play now, yeah, yes. And this is the most important thing. If you have problems, you have to put them away. Otherwise you don't play like should be. This is a real top secret for performers.
Yes, do you think that our education need to change something to prepare people who will be soloists?
Education, music education is so wrong, so crazy. We are educating musicians like in the 19th century, 200 years ago. So several years there in the theoretical element, and the young boy is boring. He wants to go outside and to play football or whatever it is. This is a mistake. So there is a modern way to analyze it, reversed. Play and then analyze the whole thing. You play. I don't know, but that doesn't matter. Play. Make the live music. And then later you put the name of the things. Well, every child is an artist. Everyone. One is painting, the other one is singing, the other one is dancing. Everyone. The problem is that education, obviously, and manners, social manners, are cutting a little bit the environment of the person. So the child is expressing like that, saying, no, you must be serious.
I mean, Mozart wasn't serious.
No one could be so serious that you cannot move like that, don't move. And this is happening so much. It's a pity, it's a real pity.
I heard you're performing a Bach on guitar. It was amazing. Can you give advice to our young people in Croatia? How should they approach to Bach?
Well, early music, especially Baroque, and of course Johann Sebastian Bach, they must be played like it was played at the moment. They did ornamentation, but it's very strict. For example, German ornamentation is similar to Italian, not to British. Even Spanish is different. Italian and German are much more in common. French is particularly special. French ornament, Baroque, is the only one that repeats one ornament. The real, well, I don't want to be boring the audience, but there are many books. Couperin, Quantz for the flute, Mattheson, Kuhnau, and all of them are together in a contemporary theoretician, a British one. He did a book, Interpretation of Early Music. His name is Robert Donington. It's only one book like this, but it's only one. I study all of them in the bibliothèque. So you have to study Quantz in French, Mattheson, Kuhnau in German. It's too much.
Everybody say that they are right in that.
No, of course, but they are not.
So what would be approach?
No, it's a consideration. There are many specialists now in the world. After Harnoncourt and the Concentus Musicus in Vienna, there are many musicians perfectly known with a perfect knowledge on Baroque ornamentation, which is the real secret. And if you go deeper into that, for the early music, articulation, not only early, for all music, articulation is the real top secret. Because you have staccato, legato, accents, not all the notes are same. So one belongs to the other, one is not, one is appoggiatura sounds much more and resting later. Anyway, I don't want to annoy people with technique, but it's like that.
And what is your opinion as a composer about your music and your compositions?
Well, when I compose, it's finished. It's not mine anymore, it's there. Of course, I continue to be self-critic, very self-critic. But it's not my music anymore. It's for, if you like it, good. If you want to play it, better. But it's not mine because it's just paper. And paper is nothing. It's the performer, and if the performer makes a recording, then history will be remaining, not only in the bibliothèque. The recording is the most perfect way to preserve history now. Recording, the CD, the DVD, all the great technology of 20th century and 21st and actual moment is helping history in this way, in my opinion.
In Cordoba, you did a miracle there with classical music. You approached the children and everything. What was your secret that people liked classical music?
Well, they didn't know anything about symphonic music, so I split my work. So I was doing concerts in the concert hall. I came to the churches to do Baroque and Rococo music, even until Mozart, even Beethoven in the churches for free. Hundreds of people came every year. Vivaldi and his epoch, then Bach and his epoch, then Mozart and his epoch, like that. And also I did didactic concerts for children. The concerts for children were something for me very special because I talked with them. I called them. For example, I got in my orchestra 2 young girls playing in the percussion. They were beautiful like models. They came out from Vogue and they played very well. So I say to the children, 11 years old, 12, who wants to play percussion with me? Everybody wants to go. So they come. 20, no, 3 come. And I play with the children there. And many things like that. And I talked with them and I asked them. And I took one of them to conduct, 5 years old. And then I put the baton and say, look, it's like that. 1, 2, 3. And then, come on, he's going to conduct. Pam, 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 pam. And they love me. These children are today the public of this orchestra. Now, not anymore. The last 10 years I came back home.
Do you think that this is advice for Croatia?
Why not? Why not? Especially nowadays. Why? Because TV is surrounding everything. And it's not the only element of information for culture. Well, of course, you have this fantastic theater, and you have several things like this. But it's not enough. Everybody knows that radio, and especially TV, is owning everything. It's washing your brain because it's manipulating your information. And even me, I sit in the hotel. Yesterday I sit there to see this. And I try 2, 3 times, 4 times, 20, 21 times, 22nd, 23rd. And then I stop. Because it was nothing interesting for me. And then I wait until the news, and I knew that all the information was the same. The French elections, or whatever it is, the bombs somewhere, and all manipulated, of course. Not only in Croatia, in Europe, in America, and everywhere. And every country manipulates from their point of view. So you must be intelligent enough. And this is your responsibility as a man, not of the society. Society is not going to give you intelligence.
From all awards that you win and get in your life, mostly strange award was for you Grammy Award.
It's very strange for me because I'm not business for the Yankees. But of course I know that the juries are very serious people. They are very involved, very severe. So I thank the jury very much. But I didn't come to fetch the Grammy. It's not interesting for me. What is interesting is what it happens, that the string quartet is the integral of my string quartets. I'm a guitarist, but I writing several, 5, 6 string quartets, and this record permits the performers to make tours in Europe and in the United States, and they are happy. And they also play my music all over these places. So the Grammy has some important results.
So for the end, Maestro, what would be your message to our young audience here in Croatia?
And also to young musicians. I like also to play and to hear different musics, different styles, different epochs, even different functions of music, because there are music for just for singing, for dancing. I have elements in the rap, elements in this music, in that, and the folklore in Africa, in Eastern countries, in the whole world. You have fantastic elements to discover new things. And besides, a lot of culture. Culture means everything that is surrounding you is important. This, the way the lamp was built out, the exposition which is here to my left, the same structure in color, in form, that this marble, the tables, the ceiling, all of this has a, if it's good, they have something in common. If they are not good, they will be crazy. But this is part of life for an artist.
Maestro, thank you very much to be our guest in our broadcast GlazbeEgo on TV Plus, and hope to see you soon in Croatia.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Nice to the camera.
Poštovani gledatelji, nadam se da ste uživali u ovoj neobičnoj avanturi emisije GlazbeEgo. Do sljedećeg susreta ostanite uz program TV Plusa.